kind of dark link, and that's pretty cool. You can just choose, and that's just like a purely aesthetic, right? There's no change to play gameplay.
Yeah, that is absolutely aesthetic.
Let's talk about the future, right? So is what can be done at this point to tweak these things to make them better? Is it all about changing the logic, like you say?
That's currently a focus, something that people have, I don't want to say had a problem with, but sometimes something people can find a bit frustrating currently, I suppose, is the item placement. And the item placement logic is something that we're constantly working on, but we're still also working on adding other features as well. It's just that's sort of the focus right now.
So logic meaning if you get the boomerang from this treasure chest, then this other treasure chest can't have XXX, right? That's what you mean by logic. Just trying to make it clear for the people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not really, I mean, it is randomizer, but it's more like randomish-izer, because you're never going to get, when I say the logic, I mean you're never going to get a situation where the game is actually unwinnable. At least not in the default settings.
Because I think for me, this sounds like a perfect kind of tournament game, right? I think it's a perfect tournament game, right? Because it's always changing thing. The kind of the playing field is a little bit more even. It's not just the top 2 or 3 most skilled players have a chance at it. So do you think there could be an event like the randomizer, Zelda randomizer tournament or whatever? You think that's a possibility in the future to have a huge event over it based on this?
Well, we had our earlier this year tournament back in February. And that was actually turned out pretty big. We actually have another one coming up. It's actually starting very soon. It's going to be mid to late September. So it's just a week or two till we start, and that's going to be the Randomizer Open Mode tournament. I'm actually not even sure how we're going to stream it all because we have a ridiculous number of entrants.
That sounds good. That's like, so I'm talking bigger here. I'm talking about, let's make an event the weekend, a Link to the Past randomizer, get a sponsor or two, you know what I'm saying? You could have a good event there. This is a perfect game for this, I think. Would you be interested in something like that if that ever happened? Like,
oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I know we've done it as part of, like, we just, for example, had a submission for the Harvey Relief done quick, but in terms of a full marathon, I don't think that's something that anyone has brought up, but it's definitely something that I think a lot of people will be up for.
So yeah, I think a few more questions here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything I wanted to ask you. So really, the thing it's really about now at this point, since the game is made, but you're always making updates. So really, it's just like perfecting the kind of the perfecting the gem you have here is making it as perfect as it can be. So when you say like something like you said, you're perfecting the logic, right? Like, do you think this is something that you're close to having perfect as it can be, like a year from now, or do you think it's never be perfect?
I'm not sure if the logic necessarily can be perfect. I think part of it is, I think, so-called perfect logic, something that would give a perfectly uniform distribution of items. I think may even be slightly too trolly. So I'm not sure if perfect is even necessarily possible.
How about, could there be like a hardcore mode? Like, have you ever thought about something like that? Like, you have to be on your, it's like Dark Souls version of Link to the Past. You ever thought about doing something like that?
Well, we actually added easy and we added expert. Easy, hard, and expert difficulties. And expert is quite unforgiving. It limits you to, I think, a grand total of 6 or 7 hard containers. No, not hard. Yeah, total of 6 or 7, like, max HP. The best sword you can get is the Master Sword, the, like, second to lowest sword. You can only get the lowest armor, the lowest shield. A lot of those safety items, like the potions, they don't really heal you very much. It's pretty difficult, actually.
Yeah, so it's basically, 1 or 2 hits away from death at all times in this world, Dark World especially.
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely harder than, for example, like NMG low percent. It's definitely harder because it's sub low percent. At least in low percent, when you've got like 10 hearts coming into Ganon, here you've got like 6.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely really catching the speedrunning community. Tons of people are doing it now. It's insane, actually. It should, I think, Twitch should make a, Link to the Past randomizer category because so many people are doing it, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I think a lot of the regular Link to the Past runners would agree with you because I think we're not seriously so. But I think we're probably mildly annoying some people who want to see some vanilla Link to the Past, and then they go to Twitch and they open their screen up and they have just like 200 streams of all randomizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that that's probably frustrating for some people, and we probably do need some better way to search and filter.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it's a totally different thing, right? You know, what I mean, and I guess is the other thing is, are people not working on the real? Not I said real. That's not the right word. Are people less excited about the actual world record of Link to the Past now because everyone's doing randomizer? Like Andy, all he does is randomizer now, right?
Well, Andy mostly does. Well, Andy does a lot of randomizer. I haven't seen him do any like standard RTA, speedrun.com submissions in a while. But at the same time, it also brings a lot of people to the. Because I'm on both of the like randomizer discords. There are a lot of people, for example, in the randomizer ALTTP Discord asking for links to the regular ALTTP Discord. So there's definitely a pretty decent I would say maybe a quarter of the people that come for randomizer eventually, ask to join the regular ALTTP community. It seems like a decent chunk of them. So it does bring back interest to the vanilla game. So it's really nice in that way.
I think another good. I mean, just Link to the Past is like a huge landmark game, obviously, so that helps things as well. But I mean, yeah, this thing is just giving Link to the Past new life is just awesome. So keep it up. I mean, yeah, it's really cool, and it's really it's always fun to turn it on and just see what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it might be the best seed of your life, or you may be in for an ordeal.
Yes, sir. All right, so guys, if you want to check out Karkat, he is on Twitch, and it is at MMXBASS, bass. I'm not sure which one it is. MMXBASS. Go check him out there. Is there any kind of thing you want me to like? If you want someone to check out what Randomizer is all about, is there a video I can send them to? What's kind of would you recommend someone that's never seen a video of it? What kind of is a good starting point for them?
Honestly, if you really, really want to see what Randomizer is all about, I would get on Twitch, and I would check out someone like Andy or ACMLM or Christos Owen. I would check out one of those three streams. Honestly, if you really want to see what Randomizer is about, they are pretty much the three top players. So if you really want to see the game presented well, they may be running really high difficulties that look intimidating, but I assure you the game's got lower ones. But those are the three places I would check, personally. And at least watching Andy and Chris, even after I'd started developing the game, even watching Andy, Chris, and ACMLM is also part of how I just got better at the game, because they know it really well.
That's definitely the people to go to watch it now. So thanks for coming on, Karkat. I wish you the best of luck, and just keep it going. Keep this thing going. See how long this train can roll, you know what I mean?
All right, thank you.
Guys, today, very special guest. You've just listened to, I'm sure, the first half of this interview. Now we have the second half. Another person that works on the Link to the Past randomizer. His name is Veetorp. How you doing today, Veetorp?
I'm doing really good. How are you doing today?
Good. It is nice to talk to you today here on My Insane Pace podcast. And we already got through this. The kind of the basic stuff there with Karkat was kind enough to share with us. So with you, I hope to get a little bit deeper. But I do like to start with the same question with every person that comes on here. So what was the reason that you got into the crazy hobby known as speedrunning in the first place?
Well, in all honesty, it was just general gaming, and then I had a group of friends, Alucard, Wild Anaconda, those guys in the speedrun, the Super Metroid community, and watching them play on Twitch a lot, and I'm like, I really miss the old games of my childhood. And then they were playing the randomizer, and I'm like, I need to totally get in on that. And then it turned into, I need to start speedrunning this stuff. I need to be fast, because after a while, you keep replaying the same games and you're like, I could do this faster. I can get more enjoyment if I play more.
Okay, so then you kind of got into. So you said your main game would be Link to the Past, then?
Right now that would be my main game. I'm digging into and trying to work out a speedrun of Goonies 2